Night and day back again.
Yes, we are back. Back in the world of The Walking Dead.
We're walking right over to whatever this place is, baseball bat in hand, ready to beat some ass.
Yeah, we gotta go collect a truck, apparently. Save David somehow. So we're gonna go and do that as best we can. Public works. It's like the Publix doesn't really work.
Clem, you come with me to get the truck. Gabe and Kate, you guys hang back here. Be ready for
Why
anything.
are they here?
I think the whole family decided to stick together on this mission.
Yeah.
You're punishing me?
but-
Because I told everyone what you did,
I
right?
mean, Kate's injured and
Screw that. I'm going
Gabe's
to get the
kind
truck.
of having emotional problems right now.
You stay behind and keep watch.
We
all
grow
got
up,
jobs
damn
to
it.
do, yeah.
Keeping watch is an important job, too.
Not as important as getting that truck.
Hey, Gabe. Come on. I need you to watch my back on this one.
Yeah.
The eyes.
Okay.
Oh man. He's like, oh, what? This girl's talking to me?
What? Nothing. Gabe and I will be fine back here.
Okay. Smiles
Wow.
all around.
I don't know if Clem like really likes him or she just really knows how to. Wow.
It seems like they're trying to make it so that she likes him at least a little bit, because
Yeah.
at least in the apartment she was reciprocating. Like when he seemed like he was into her, and she was like, at first she completely brushed him off, and then later she's like, oh yeah, never mind, I could use an extra gun or whatever.
Oh yeah. That's true. That is true. It doesn't hurt to have another one.
Yeah.
What do you want, Javi?
Shut up, Gabe.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Gotta be a team player.
Yeah.
I know it sucks sometimes, but you've got to be a team player. It's about thinking of everyone.
I get it, okay? Just quit treating me like a kid all the time.
No?
I
We'll
mean,
treat
if
you
you
however you act.
if you act accordingly, yeah, I'll be happy to treat you like an adult. I don't
This
treat
looks like
Clem
one
like
of the
that.
areas Richmond is
Exactly.
expanding to.
It has nothing to do with age and everything to do with wisdom.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's see.
There's some walker
Actually-
viewage out the...
Yeah, I want to see what this is all about, actually.
They're peacefully marching through the city now. Yeah, the city's basically overrun.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, they had massive, what?
Why would you do that?
Yeah. Why?
Gotta be careful. Any more muertos pushing, and those boards won't hold up.
Then why did you attract
What?
one to the boards? What in the
Right.
just happened?
I don't know what you're doing, buddy, but, this is not the way to survive in a zombie apocalypse.
Bobby? He shines a light in the zombie's eyes, brings it over to the boards, and instantly says, "You know what?
This thing
I
looks like
can't
it
bring
I gotta
these
be
to the
more
for an
boards."
escape.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? I gotta be more careful. Oh, is it lumping both of these together? I guess it is.
Shepherd.
Huh. What's up?
What's going on?
Macking on my nephew.
Thanks.
For what?
For getting
Helping
Gabe's
out
head
with
of the
Gabe.
game.
Yeah.
He's having a rough time.
Yeah,
We all
are. I'm just
Yep.
doing what I can.
Except for the dialogue writer. 'Cause
Let's keep
that's
looking for the truck.
pulling from
You got
the...
The cliche box.
Yeah. Open the filing cabinet, getting out the tried and true responses.
Yeah, we know that's supposed to be moving forward land, so let's see what's back here.
Yeah. Check everything else first.
No, there was this truck. Oh, Badger's truck.
Too bad we didn't take Badger's
Locked.
keys from Badger's
We
dead
can't
hand.
catch a break. Muertos would probably rip this old truck apart in seconds.
They kind of made the truck look pretty durable. I don't
Yeah,
think the animators
the
and the dialogue writers were in tune on that one.
They, I mean, it looks pretty hardy, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
He's
zombies are
describing
still
it-
just. It's like zombies are like rotting people, so they're less durable.
He's describing like a beat up old pickup truck with,
With,
you
like,
know,
no
side
windows in
paneling
it or
falling
something,
off
yeah.
and
Sturdy.
everything. Yeah.
But only room for one.
Okay, so nowhere left to go but open this garage door, I guess.
He really, yeah. The writers and the animators were not on the same page with this at all. Like, yeah,
There
that
it is.
vehicle was sturdy.
Let's go.
But it has no doors. It's
It
not
has no
enclosed.
It's not exactly, yeah, it's not exactly zombie apocalypse material.
Yeah. Only room for one is not the complaint that
Yeah,
keeps you out of that
it's
vehicle.
not
Chances.
the
I'd say
worst of it.
about 50-50.
Smart ass.
It's true, it is binary.
Uh-oh.
Oh. What is this all about?
People talking. Hell yeah. It's mysterious. Guys!
Early risers. Come on, we gotta hurry and finish before more people wake up.
What are we gonna do?
Take
Can't
it and
start the
go.
engine. Not without attracting a lot of attention. Kate,
But we can
you
drive.
steer. The rest of us are gonna get behind the truck and push. See if we can't get some distance between us and them.
That's potentially a good idea.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little impressed with the plan.
Ready?
Let's see if it works.
Yeah, but it
Ready.
could cost them more time depending on how quickly people notice.
True.
Because they all
yeah.
have to get back in the truck and then start it anyway.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if this turns out to be like you have to sprint for it, then we were better off. Oh wow, this is like an armored truck.
Yeah, I think this was their goal.
Yeah.
Turns out you needed me after all, huh? I'm just saying.
You know, I'm just trying to keep you safe, don't you?
Yeah, but
But nothing. You want to keep doing stuff like this, you gotta learn how to follow directions.
I sure do want to keep doing stuff like this, Dad. Can I
Don't think
please
those guys
push a
will be
lot
able
of
to hear the
trucks?
engine all the way over here. I put it in neutral. Couldn't find an ignition key in there.
That's not good.
Guess you'll have to hotwire it.
Well, it's good that you put it in neutral, or they wouldn't
not
have been
to
able to
shock
move
yourself.
it 2 feet.
I guess, but
Shit. I'll need something to strip the
I don't
wires.
They left all their supplies lying around.
it's a good idea to leave
Bet
it in
there'll
neutral
be some
now.
tools out there somewhere.
That's true.
Just
Put
try
it
to
over
Nobody's
his
in the
back.
car.
Okay?
It's just gonna lose all sorts of and if one of them leans on it,
Right.
like we're screwed.
If there's a slight hill, it'll just start rolling away out of control.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Harvey. He's like, none of these things are baseball related. I don't know. I don't know what it does.
Bye.
I wanna be a monkey ranch.
Almost there. Keep an eye out while we get it started, okay?
I'll check on the guys in the office.
That's gonna be the soundtrack of the apocalypse for sure.
Him and I will look out for walkers.
Okay. Here goes.
Oh, I thought we were gonna what? We have to bust through the panel?
Pry.
Alright. Roger. Let's see what you got.
Wire cutter should help with this.
These are wires, so let's see.
Wire cutters would help with cutting wires.
Definitely gonna cut the starter wire.
Zip zop. He's pretty
And-
fast with that thing.
Definitely the ignition wire.
Stripping the outer case of a wire, he's an expert at that. It usually takes
He is.
slightly longer.
He's done very well with these. Because, man, yeah, these wire strippers like this can be annoying.
Gotta
So,
connect the battery to the ignition.
Okay.
I wonder
Right
how
there, the
accurate
light.
this is in teaching you how to hotwire a car.
Yeah, really. It can't be this simple. No way. Oh, no, that's not good.
It never looks super complicated when people do it in movies. It's always just like rip, and then like people just
Oh, shit.
connecting 2 wires together and over until a spark charges. the
That is
car.
true. They're just like constantly hitting. Well, I guess they could be hitting the battery wire
Get
to the.
electrocuted. Don't get electrocuted.
Hurry up!
They could be just, yeah, tapping the battery wire to the starter wire.
Yeah.
But it's usually like sparks flying and everything like that. It's very dramatic.
Yeah, in movies, everything has extra effects and all that.
That's true, yeah.
Like certain movies, like the classic Indiana Jones movies, like every normal punch is like this whole.
It's over dramatized. Just like use your whole like body to fling yourself into the opponent, kind of thing.
No, not the motion, but the sound effect that they use.
Oh,
it's like, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a body falling onto.
The square's a couple of blocks
like
away.
a belly flop onto water.
This
It's
is a
just
good
like
place to wait.
this
we have
giant
enough gas?
thud
I'm not about
with
to take
every
the off
punch.
again.
What now?
Yeah, it's just
We
like
wait for
bricks
Ava to call
falling
us on
on
the walkie.
concrete.
So, nothing for us to do but sit and watch the sun come up.
Kate, are you really going to turn this into a
Well, I
romantic
know we've
moment?
got something important to do.
Okay, thank God.
I'm teaching you to play euchre.
That's
Gabe.
not a real thing.
What?
It's a card game.
Can she teach
Come on,
you
it's
how to like
fun.
survive? Is
Yeah,
that like
It's
really.
nice to be driving
more of
around
an
with a
option?
couple kids in the back seat again.
Kate, you were complaining about that at the
Really
beginning.
takes you
of this game.
back, doesn't it? Just you and me and Gabe and Mari.
How long
Good
ago was that?
times.
Wasn't that
You're
only
right.
like 3 days ago?
This is nice. If
Yeah,
I just
I
close my eyes, we're right
don't
back where
think
we
it was
were.
all that long.
All of us together.
A week at most.
Do what I do.
That's
Try to think
not
about
all.
the nice stuff.
Seriously, like this game
Everything
started,
that happened after.
and we found the junkyard and caused the problems and
Gotcha.
all that.
Come
and then
on.
we left
That's
for
not
one
even a
night,
good
and
rule.
we came back.
Still gotcha.
Yeah.
That's one day.
Guess he stopped
and then
playing
Kate
cool
got
with
shot.
her. In
She got the
case
bullet
you
taken
haven't
out,
noticed,
and we came
Yep.
back,
Kate's
and then
got
she
a
was
little
on the
crush on
stretcher.
Clementine.
And that was like 2 days.
He likes her.
So it's like,
You
it
get
seems
it?
like it's been 3 total days. Yes, we get it.
Yeah. Sure. I hope it works out. I
I
guess.
hope it works out for them. I really do. They're good for each other.
How?
I think.
You don't
I don't know
Think
about
their
that.
first official date will be target practice?
Then skinning and eating a wild animal.
Young love.
That's not necessarily a bad thing in this
It's so
universe.
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
You know? Like, as crazy as things get, as terrible and tragic and just plain stupid,
Yes,
there's
Kate?
nothing more wonderfully ordinary as two kids falling for each other. Not that they're there yet, but to feel something that intensely for another person,
I
kinda like
envy
the
that.
best drug
Envy
there
them,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd totally go with that.
One of the best drugs.
Is it bad if I kinda envy them? Those early days. Before you get up the courage to say exactly what's on your mind.
Wow.
You never get those
That's
back,
not what
do
I
you?
anticipated.
Yeah, I did not think that's where he was
No.
going to take that.
No, you don't.
Wouldn't it
It's unfair.
be the
That's all I'm
days
saying.
after
that
that
they're
are the
feeling
better
what they're
days?
feeling right
Yeah.
now, and
when you have
When
told
that
each other
sun
how you
gets a little
feel and you
higher,
can be in that
it's right back
space
to the
as opposed to the days
I
when
just
you don't
wish
know
we
shit about,
could have had a
about how
childhood.
you're just guessing
You
your
know?
way through?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish I could
Exactly.
have given them that.
The constant anxiety
and
that comes with that.
Mari, both. They deserved better than this.
You did
Better
your best.
than what got handed
Yeah.
to them.
Or
Like, you did the best you could, Kate. You kept this family alive as long
yeah,
as you
we
possibly
still can,
could.
just doesn't work
It counts
with
for a lot.
Mariana dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
I hope you know, Javi,
Not going to be the same.
having you there with me,
Even
right
she
by
did
my
her
side
best
all
with,
this
like,
time,
I mean, maybe that's true, but her best
that's what made the difference.
wasn't necessarily good enough with her like constantly
You're so
complaining about
sure
the kids and saying how
what
she
you're
didn't
doing
want
all
to be the
this for.
stepmom and getting high on
didn't
the
run
way
away.
and all that. It's just
You could have. But you didn't.
People need me.
yeah.
I'm here so I can set an example for people. For Gabe especially. Someone to be proud
Like
of.
Kate could be a good character,
Someone
but
who
she's just not
sticks
a good
around.
like
get it.
caregiver.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no graceful
like,
way to say this, so I'm
For
just gonna
small
say it.
children, I mean, she didn't really. She's
I
not
know
putting up the
we've
best
had moments,
example here.
you and I. And they're always
Oh, here it
a
comes.
little
Alter
hot
fruition.
and a little confusing and
I guess this
maybe
is where
some
we
of them
finally
haven't
spell it
meant
out.
anything at
Like,
all.
Yeah,
do you
exactly.
want to be in
It's-
the relationship with Kate
before
or
whatever
not?
happens tomorrow
Exactly, yeah.
happens, I need you to know, whatever this thing is between us,
Oh,
I want to
okay.
give it a chance.
Like,
I mean,
And
no.
I know the fact that David is back in our lives now makes this whole thing a little more
How about this? No.
complicated. But
Bye.
do you feel the same way?
Oh,
I'd really like to know.
There we go. Sorry, we've been
Before
on the
things
no
get
train since
crazy.
the beginning of the game,
Yeah,
guys.
especially
get
with the
another
whole
chance.
David thing right here.
Right.
No
Like-
pressure or anything, all right?
Wow. Well,
Maybe I should have stayed quiet.
I'm sorry, Kate.
Oh. God.
I just can't see it between us.
So, all those times you said stuff, I was just imagining it?
We didn't say stuff that
Years
much
together,
during this
on the road.
playthrough.
The looks, the hints of something more.
I mean,
You're saying
oh,
all
I
of
never
that
meant to
right.
hurt you.
meant what I thought it did.
Yeah.
I honestly never meant to lead you on. If I did anything or said anything that made you think there was something there, that's on me.
She's mad.
Sorry.
I guess a part of me always knew you didn't feel the same way.
Thank you. If you've been paying
God
attention
knows
to
I
our
pushed you a
playthrough.
couple times,
Okay.
but you always said no. I guess
Yeah,
I have
okay,
to
good.
finally
They
listen.
they are
Yeah.
taking that into consideration
Execution
and
over here.
whatnot.
She's planning to hang David in front of the whole crowd.
Knew it.
You've got to get over here now. Don't bring the truck. If they see it, they'll kill him right away. If you can
What?
just get into the square.
They're allergic
So
to
we got
trucks.
this for
Gotta
nothing.
get over there. Now.
As soon as any of them ever sets eyes on a truck, it makes them murder someone. They all have this unnatural reaction to trucks.
They have a compulsion to to kill someone whenever a truck comes around.
Keep the walkie close by. We'll tell you as soon as we've got David.
Yeah, sorry for
Then you
everybody
can
who's
drive into the
fans of
square and
shipping
pick us
like
up.
Kate and Javi, but I mean, it just seemed too weird. the
I'll give you
beginning.
space. Actually, come with us.
Sure, I
Yeah.
can't convince you to come along.
You can't.
Just
Okay, bye.
All right.
stay out of sight. We'll be in touch as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
sorry.
Like the whole
Nope.
sister-in-law
And it sounds like a
slash-
crowd out there.
It sounded like Ava got
You
cut
know,
off by something.
It just,
Especially with David still in the picture, and we're still unclear about their
Wish we had
relationship
some
and
idea of
everything
what we're
like that.
heading
It's just
into.
so much.
yeah, even without, because
deal
at the
with.
very beginning of the game, you didn't know David
Like,
was back,
is the whole
Right.
plan
didn't know if
shot,
he was dead or
did
alive,
she just have a little setback?
and we didn't know the
hate not knowing.
flashback because
Ava could be having problems with the walkie-talkie.
we
Maybe
did
it's
the.
out of range or
they
ran
start
out
doing
of
the
batteries or
flashback
something.
sections after
Maybe.
they throw you into the game
not
for
gonna
a
know
while.
what went wrong
so they,
until we actually
there
do this
could have
thing.
they could have shown you
So,
that earlier,
let's
where
do
they
it
showed
already.
Kate and David had this rough relationship.
ready?
And they showed that Kate and Javi were like
Ready as I'm gonna
had
be.
this mutual attraction
Glad to hear it.
before. But since you
right.
do the history after you've been playing for a while, at the very beginning, we didn't want to go down that road because at the very
Right.
beginning, it's like you just seem like a sleazebag if you don't know any of that. Potentially could have gone that way.
Right, yeah, exactly. You're just kind of like, oh, well, he's not here now, so might as well just hop on this romance train, and then, yeah, you're kind of crappy for that. Or it's kind of sleazy, it
Can't wait
seems
for
like,
the others, can we?
because you don't know
For
if David's
years
dead,
now,
and like,
Richmond has
now
been
you've like
governed
forsaken
by one
his
simple principle:
his
strong
memory or whatnot.
counsel,
Right.
strong
and his like
community.
past relationship with his wife.
But unfortunately, the
Yeah, so it's
actions
kinda
of
weird
one of
that
the members of that council,
They let you go down that road
our
without
security expert,
knowing
David
how it led
Garcia,
up to it, or knowing
have
even
put us
where they
all
stand
in
at that point.
you.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry to have to show you this. Truly,
This is
I
getting,
am. But you all need to see.
Intense.
Just look what he's done. He murdered these men in cold blood. I saw him murder Lonnie with my own eyes. Some of the best men I ever knew, cut down in their prime. Is this who we want in charge? Someone
Joan is
this
unusual.
reckless,
Wow.
this cruel? Not if I have
definitely-
anything to do
If
with
she
it.
knew that David wouldn't
believe
be
this is
on
really
board with
happening.
her long-term
She's gonna kill him.
strategies, then she shouldn't have given him a high
She
up
can't do this
position.
to him.
It's that simple.
Right, unless she
kept him
like
safe.
just needed a scapegoat, I guess, to like.
Don't lose your.
Try to
Oh,
keep you
oh,
cool.
yeah.
Joan's smart, but we're smarter.
It didn't
Just
seem
have
like
to
she
be careful.
wanted a scapegoat, though. It seemed like she
can't
was
screw this
fine
up,
having
Javi.
David along until
Javier!
he found out the truth.
I'd heard you were
That's
planning
what
to
it-
crash
yeah.
our little party. Why didn't you
That's
come
what I
on up
thought.
here? Show your face to everyone.
Like it seemed like she was.
I'm sure these people would like to
happy,
hear what
but-
you have to say.
I'd
Yeah,
be
I'll be
happy
happy
to.
to.
Yeah.
Don't make me ask twice.
you gonna
Happy
do?
to. Been waiting for this all day.
Then I'll try not to disappoint you.
Oh, I love that. The confidence. Even though your brother's currently like hanging by a noose right now, it's
I
kind
had a very
high-stakes
interesting conversation
Yeah, it's also
with your
funny to
friend
say you've been waiting for this all
Eleanor
day when it's only
last
like
night.
9 a.m.
Isn't
Yeah.
that right, Eleanor?
we just watched the sun come
We
up.
did.
She said you came here because you wanted to save your brother. Admirable.
Uh-oh.
Almost.
Is Ellie a traitor?
Don't know how you thought you were going to pull it off. Considering it's all of us against
Why punish
the three of
David?
you.
Yeah,
But I guess hope
was-
springs eternal.
I was thinking
If you knew
Eleanor
what we
was
were coming here to
mistaken,
do,
but
why
I don't
go
wanna,
ahead
like,
with this?
yeah,
Why
do
put a
that to
noose
David.
around my brother's neck?
This community deserves justice, and they're going to get it. One way or the other. Here in Richmond, people
what's the
who
bag
put
for over
themselves
that guy's
before
head?
the group don't
I think
last
that's
long.
because that's the dude's
Bring
head was
them out.
smashed in.
Get away from me!
Oh,
Making a mistake.
Ava!
Oh no. They had them this whole time.
David wanted to tear this whole
I like the
place
Bug Eye
down.
animation.
He told us
Yeah,
where
yeah.
to find our
Too.
gun supply.
Yeah,
And sure
yeah.
enough,
Yeah,
they
Trip
picked
and
us
Ava.
clean. You really thought you could ride into town and stage
Eleanor
a
wanted to
coup?
say something else now that
With
they got
our
Trip
own
too.
damn weapons?
Yeah, I know.
Something like that? I can't just let it go. You've put me in a no-win situation
So that guy
here.
still might
so
be
I'm gonna do the
swayable.
same thing to you. Both of them deserve to die for
yeah.
their
I
crimes.
mean, he was signing
However,
or siding with.
Javi, I'll let you
Joan,
spare
but
one of them. Just
We'll see if he has
one.
anything to say.
No!
Hell no!
Wow.
Don't!
Not after what they tried to do. You may be guilty of bringing them into this,
Stop
but
playing
they
games or
chose
take me
to
Yeah.
go along with
I'm
it.
thinking stop playing games because I don't think she's
Is
gonna
this the
fall
kind
for the
of
take
leadership
me
you've got in
instead
store for
thing.
Richmond? Torturing people with your stupid power games?
Justice
yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
a game, Javi. It's about time you learn that.
Joan, are you sure about this? We never agreed to killing all these people.
It's really up
Yeah,
to
see,
Javi,
that guy's
isn't
still
it?
reasonable.
All
Yeah.
eyes are on you.
We can reach his
Maybe this will help you make
little,
up your
little
mind.
brain ball.
Boys,
Brain box? Boys
Knew
and
it.
girls? Oh,
come
you
on,
fucking-
Javi.
Knew it.
Who's it gonna be? Your friend or your brother's
Ugh.
lieutenant?
Ava or Trip?
Man. Actually, if we have to choose
come
here,
on!
I think
This
we
is
gotta
fucking
save
stupid.
Ava.
You can't be serious.
Because
God
she's
damn
been
you,
actually loyal since the beginning. And Trip has been
Kind
Blowing-
of back
blowing
and
the right
forth.
thing,
Javi.
How could you do this?
Ugh.
I mean, if you have an argument for Trip, say it quick.
Yeah, and I really don't besides
Let
an
Ava live.
emotional one.
She's always been loyal.
Javi! No!
Well, there's the hobby I know. Backstabbing, double-crossing, no good, dirty fucking murderer.
Such language. But I admire the sacrifice you're making here, Javi. Shoot her.
Wait! I said don't shoot Ava!
You did,
Oh.
but there's something else you need to understand.
Ooh.
That's
Betrayal.
cool.
Joan, think about what you're doing. Ava's one of
I
us.
do like that
Can't
twist.
fucking do this.
Yeah.
This is fucked.
I can do anything I want. You
But-
brought this on
You are
yourself.
so drunk on power,
Do it.
Joan.
Yeah, I know.
You'll pay.
You can't.
Oh no.
No!
That was a really big delay,
They really
David.
shot her.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Damn it.
Now, David, it's your turn.
3-second pause.
But I mean, this'll be. I mean, because she killed Ava, it's the biggest like
Oh my
hit
god.
for the rest of the town, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
This isn't how we do
That
things.
might sway this guy.
This is madness.
Stop her, Clint.
Yeah. Clint, you
Well,
gotta
you're
do something,
pathetic
buddy.
Either
Stop
way.
her, Clint. Is this the process you trusted?
No! Think about this, Javi. You know what's gonna happen here. You ready for that?
We don't murder in Richmond. We exile. That's how we've always done things. How about you take David and the rest of your people and just get the hell out? Go far
good.
away from Richmond.
Yeah.
And then whatever you do is up to you.
I'm sure the
Yeah.
herd outside would like that.
She thinks she's sending us out there to die.
She's counting on it.
Everybody put your guns away. We're gonna handle this peacefully.
Well, it's gonna be us versus Trip right now because we told her to kill him.
Don't listen to them,
Yeah.
Javi. They're fucking butchers.
Yeah, that's
all
cool
of them.
though.
Shoot
I
that
really
bitch.
like that
Take
dynamic.
her out. She
That's,
kill her
deserves
now he
or
has a, oh.
Yeah,
If you
we
don't
gotta
do
take
it,
the deal.
I fucking will.
As much as I
'cause if we
want to
shoot
kill
her
her,
now, it turns
I'll
the
tear her
whole
apart.
town on all
I
of
know,
us.
and yeah, everyone around her.
And Clint too. It turns
yeah.
Clint back into like it unites all of Richmond against us.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna take that
We're
deal.
leaving.
Yeah, that's actually
All of us.
one of the easiest tough
Right
choices
now.
that we've
I
seen.
didn't say you could go.
Doesn't matter if you did. This is how it needs to happen.
Yeah, it's better to have Richmond at each other's throats.
We can always take out Joan later, but
Yeah.
as of right now, we have to get out of here, like, safely.
Okay, nice warthog face.
I knew.
Why was there a... Oh, okay.
What are you?
They're
I
gonna
don't believe any of you.
force us into
Take
that.
your deal and shove it.
They're liars, Clint. All of them.
One step closer and I kill him. I swear I will.
No, we
Go
gotta
ahead
save
and
Clint.
shoot
He's been.
then. I warned you. They can't be trusted.
What the fuck?
You're effing everything
Come on.
up.
The-
Think about your
that-
family.
Yeah.
Do this. David, please. Put the fucking gun down. Sorry, little brother.
David?
She's not gonna win. I can't let her.
Yeah, kill her, not Clint.
Oh.
That stray bullet just killed 5 children and an ape.
And an ape. They have. Oh.
It's that
Okay.
same guy every time. Bob is such a trigger happy mother.
And he only targets Hobby. It's incredible.
He really hates Hobby.
Yeah, really.
I'm actually surprised at how fast that kill is. It's
Yeah,
faster than most of
if-
the reaction scenes in these games.
Yeah, if you don't do it immediately, you're kind of screwed.
Oh, bye, Dead Ava.
Yeah, it was nice while it lasted.
We did try to save.
Oh!
Clint!
God dang.
So I guess no matter what, at the end of this scenario, Joan lives and Clint dies.
I guess
It
so.
just matters how you get there. If you try to make...
Right, if you are, like, peaceful about it, or at least try to
Fucking hag! Get back
try to
here!
logic through it, or convince them.
I need you
Or
to
if you're
cover
just
me.
like,
We gotta
full
make
on
things
aggro.
Oh, okay.
What? Telling, like, 13-year-old son?
Dad needs us. We gotta get out there.
Does
Wow.
he even know if Gabe can fire a gun?
We're not here for revenge.
Yeah, but we kind of need to
David's
help
not
him.
thinking right. What's worth more? His revenge or your life?
That's kind of a tougher call.
I think you're right.
Like, we don't want David to die. Oh,
Right.
hey, Trip, please don't kill us. Oh,
I also kind of want Gabe to survive. I don't know if it's worth the risk.
you don't want Gabe to survive?
Or I don't want Gabe to die. I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what
So-
is He's not always the most fun character, but damn.
He needs to die right now. If
That was
Bobby
like
Gabe.
Ben from the first season where it was like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah,
you
if somebody's
gotta
gotta
go.
go, then you gotta go.
What's up? I told you. what he
yeah,
was-
Gabe's been much
You
more
promised to
like
believe in
earnest
me.
and trying to do the right thing
Get
than Ben.
down.
I hear gunfire.
Right, right.
What the hell is going on over there?
Everything's
Are you guys
fine.
okay?
Everything's totally fine.
Do you need a pickup? Or do you
Okay.
have things under control?
No, we're come to you. I don't want her.
Stay away
Yeah.
from the square. It's too risky. We'll come to you.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. It's too loud.
I'm coming anyway.
Uh-oh. That
tear
soda's
gas.
gone bad.
Oh, this isn't good.
Oh no.
Now
right
we're
back
out in
into
the
the
open.
thick of it.
Yeah. Oh, what? That guy has the slowest reaction. Who gave you a gun, buddy?
It's Kate. She's coming for us.
Did they
She's
tear
gonna
gas this
kill us.
entire
There's
square?
no way she can see.
Oh, Molotov.
Oh my god. Hi, Kate.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Well,
great job.
that was our plans for.
Javi, you've got to get over there before.
Boom.
Yeah, bada bing, bada boom, right there.
Yeah, that would have felt like so harsh if we had gone down the love path.
Oh man.
Oh no!
Oh.
Now we can't even potentially get to her to save her.
Right, yeah, exactly.
If she's still alive. Uh-oh. Oh, are they gonna end the episode right here? Cliffhanger central right here.
Yeah, definitely looks like the best place to end it here.
Oh, speak of the fade to black.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
You
The
never
CM
thunk
Punk
it.
it.
You sunk it. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Alright, so we've got to the end of this one, and we're going to go over all of those beautiful, beautiful choices that we covered in episode 4, but before that, we're going to drop back and cover all the beautiful choices from episode 2, because we never had a chance to do that before. But thanks to the glorious Pop-Tart Milkman, we are now able to know exactly what those questions were. So once again, thank you to Pop-Tart Milkman.
Indeed. Thank you, Pop-Tart Milkman, for all that you've done for us.
Alright, so what were the choices in Chapter 2?
Alright, so the first choice in Chapter 2 was, how did you deal with Kate and David's argument? 60.8% of players told David that Kate wanted to leave him, and 39.2% of players stayed out of the argument.
Okay,
Wow.
I don't remember that.
So we stayed out of the argument, because, or at least I believe we kind of try to put it on us more than telling David that Kate wanted to leave him.
Oh, the argument between Kate and David. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I would do that again. I don't think that one's a super tough call.
Yeah, 60% of people told David that Kate wanted to leave him, so that was the people were just very out in the open with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a sense of being loyal to David or trying to do what's best for Kate overall. If it just seems like it's something where she'll never be happy. But we were on the page of like, I mean, let's get them to try to fight for their relationship and save it first.
Or yeah, at least like be able to learn, because that was also a flashback as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously if they're married, you're gonna want them to like put in kind of like, or go back and forth if that's gonna help at all with solving any issues. But apparently those issues are deeper than any kind of argument that they could have had. So yeah, we didn't know the severity at that point,
Right.
just how much Kate really, really hated David, apparently.
Yeah, because she was trying to find an escape route. Even before they got married, she's like, I'm going to live my own life, by the way.
yeah, exactly. She's like, yeah, by the way, I know you have kids and whatever, but I'm living my own life, so enjoy that. And
so,
yeah.
I mean, which is good. At least she's being upfront with him about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just
Yeah.
never settled and became like a cohesive family. So, yeah, I mean, we didn't know at that point that was representative of argument number 150 instead of argument number 1.
Right, yeah. It seemed like there was slight issues here and there that she had brought up like in episode 1, but it wasn't like I wasn't aware of like the severity, like you said before, of just how much she had disdain for David there.
Yeah, and if it's not severe, then, give it a shot first, try and work it out. So,
Right.
all right. Makes sense.
All right.
What was the next one?
The next one was, how did you handle the new frontier at the gates of Prescott? So 58.6% of players opened fire, 40.6% of players surrender, and 0.8% of players tried to negotiate.
Okay, interesting.
So we surrendered, so we're in the slight minority there. But yeah, 58.6% of people just opened fire immediately.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, especially when they have like a hostage and things like that, you'd think you'd want to be a bit more like diffuse the situation a little bit more before you start shooting.
Yeah, that's something where it just seems like if people are playing too much like they're in the perspective of playing a video game, they're like, well, I know we can't die, so let's shoot them out,
Yeah.
Like if
if you
you're
don't
really there up looking at a bunch of people with automatic weapons while you're holding a pistol and they're at this like fortified high ground position, like, yeah, I don't see you taking shots immediately.
Oh no, that was when they initially got into Prescott. when they were at the gates of Prescott about to cut what's her name's finger off. I think it's Francine.
Oh, okay. Prescott, not Richmond. Okay.
Right. Yeah, at the gates of Prescott, not Richmond.
Yeah, we're going super far back to chapter 2. Okay. Yeah, my bad. So, yeah, there it was the similar kind of situation though. It's like your guys are at a disadvantage. The other guys have a bunch of heavy automatic rifles.
Yeah, and they
weapons,
have
and a giant
like,
armored vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. And they have one of your people held hostage there.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, if you open fire, she's gonna die essentially. So, why would you like put her in that position?
I thought we did try to negotiate. Like we said, "Oh, take us first. We'll trade you out," and all that.
Well, 40.6% of players surrendered. So,
okay.
I guess that means
surrender
that
counts as that more than pure negotiation.
Right.
Yeah.
And then tried to I guess like not surrender but not also open fire, somewhere in between, and only like less than 1% of people did that.
Okay, yeah, because you did start with a position where you could potentially shoot them out first from like your fortified position
From
there.
exactly, from the higher
ground. Kind of makes more
there.
sense. You could see it going either way there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, the next one was, did you trust Jesus? 86.2% of players took him at his word, and 13.8% of players tied his hands together.
Yeah, I think it's just people playing with the knowledge of the show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking the same exact way. Like, if you know Jesus from the show, you're like, it's like, oh, obviously he's great. It's kind of like, I mean, us with Clem, like, in the beginning of this episode, like, we knew Clem, so we had this general idea. But if you're, like, trying to play from his perspective and not have knowledge of the show, at least, then it makes sense as to, like, why you'd want to be a bit more wary about Jesus instead of trusting him openly.
Yeah, because he did not come across as trustworthy in the opening scenes with him. I mean, he didn't shoot us when he had a higher vantage point, but
right.
I mean, he still didn't seem like super trustworthy ally, and the voice actor they gave him still sounds kind of like some sort of snarky mother who's not too trustworthy.
Yeah, he did have some very odd mannerisms and whatnot to him, that it didn't seem like he was 100% trustworthy right out the gate. I mean,
he sounds like a generic like street thug.
He was like, I guess he maybe was a little bit more trustworthy than most people we've met, but that's not a really high standard for like trust. Like, he seemed like reasonable, but that's still not, can't just trust everyone that you see in this kind of scenario.
Yeah, he also seemed reasonable when it's a scenario where it's 7 of us and 1 of him. So
right. Yeah, exactly.
And I still don't trust that voice. But yeah, honestly, we should have done the same with Clem. We should have like played it straight the whole time. But we already talked in the previous summary episode at the end of chapter 3. We already kind of spoke to that point as to why we made those decisions with Clem.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So.
But yeah, playing it from the character's perspective, to me, I still agree. Did not make sense to trust Jesus
openly
there. I think
trust
the developers,
Jesus, yeah.
I think they put that question in there just so they can be like, just for the fun of stating how many people playing the game trust Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Even reading it, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
They had to have enjoyed putting that in. So, the next one is, how did you deal with Conrad's threat to Clementine? And 89.4% of players shot Conrad. And 10.6% of players accepted Conrad's plan.
Makes sense. It's another one where the percentage is extremely similar to the Jesus percentage because you know the character already.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
Even more so here, because even if we hadn't been siding with Clem earlier on, by this point in the story, you know she's trustworthy. Because by this point in the story, like, she definitely defended you and your family at the shootout at the end of chapter 1.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So here, you know, she's like a really stand-up, like, loyal, fight to the death kind of character.
Exactly,
And Conrad
yeah.
is like losing his mind.
Yeah, yeah, and Conrad is just like holding, I mean, Gabe and Clem at gunpoint, essentially. Like, what are you going to do in that regard? It just makes total sense, I think, to pull the trigger on Conrad, because he's really over the top with his whole plan there.
Right, yeah. So that was an easy one. All right, what's the next?
The next one, how did you get into Richmond? 95.9% of players surrendered to Max's demands, and 4.1% of players refused to disarm themselves.
Wow.
So, that's very overwhelming. Almost 96% of people, yeah, gave in to Max's demands. Although, I guess, I don't know if, technically speaking, we did 100% because we didn't put down Kate. And then he said, oh, so you want to do this the hard way. But, so, yeah, I don't know if we technically fall under that category, but we did tell them to put down their guns. So I think
Right.
that's, yeah, I think
So
that's
we
good
probably
enough.
do.
Yeah.
You would think the distribution would be a little bit different if there was some more room for if you're, that final choice with holding Kate. But yeah.
Yeah,
it
for
was that one. I'm surprised because just kind of what we were talking about at the beginning with Prescott, where I had confused that with Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would think more people would take the video game perspective there and just be like, no, screw you. Just because, like, they're playing a video game and they know you can't, like, all get wiped out. But it sounds like people played it straight, and did a more realistic way, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, almost it's an overwhelming amount, but almost 100% did it. So that's pretty cool to see. Even with, like, normalization or something like that, of people playing multiple playthroughs, it really hasn't changed from very close to 100%.
Yeah, if anything, the normalization would say that the real number is very close to 100%, and then the 5% is just people screwing around to see
Yeah,
how
potentially,
it works
yeah,
out.
that's very true. But that's it for episode 2.
Okay, pretty cool. Some of those questions were more straightforward than usual. You see a lot of 80-20s and 90-10s as opposed to the 50-50s from part 1, but
For
let's
sure.
see what part 4 has to offer.
Yeah,
Hot dog, no
yeah,
pan.
for sure. So, Pop-Tart Milkman. So, part 4, the first one is, did you promise that you would help Kate with the family if David left? And 91.4% of players promised you'd help Kate. And only 8.6% of players told David to stay.
Wow, so we're in the extreme minority on that one.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, vast majority of people told David that, I kind of see why people would choose it, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're really giving up on your family here, so it makes sense to go, I think, the way we did.
Yeah, it does, and it was partially, even when we were at that part, we were thinking, oh, the question is worded kind of poorly because we wanted to choose both. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
We will definitely be there for you if crap hits the fan, but hey, don't be a jackass. Make sure crap doesn't hit the fan. Don't freaking, like, abandon your kids.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, we were exactly what you said. Essentially both, but it's on David to make sure he's responsible. It's not like we're going to take on all his responsibilities just because he wants to go back to the army, and now he has a reason not to go back to the army.
Yeah, we didn't want to enable David. So if there's only one answer of those two, we're just going to say, David, man up.
yeah, exactly. It's like, you wanted this family, so now you got to take care of this family kind of thing. Yeah, okay. So, wow. Now the next one is interesting. How did you respond to Dr. Lingard's request?
Oh, cool.
52.4% of players assisted in Lingard's suicide.
Wow.
And 46.3% of players refused to kill Lingard. And 1.3% of players let Clementine decide Lingard's fate.
Oh, I wonder what happens if she does that.
Right, yeah. I'm very curious as well. I didn't realize that we could do that. Like, obviously there had to be a couple, like, very specific choices that had to get made for her to be able to do that. But, yeah, I guess
I
that
think
makes
we
sense.
had that as an option, but we did. It wasn't one of those scenarios where because they never put like 3 on the screen at one time when they
Right.
show you like it's out of 3.
Right.
It's always like choose one or the other when they show it and leave it on the screen. So it seems like we just could have in an earlier point or a later point said, Clem, you can do it as one of like a selection of 4. And those are cool because you don't know that those are options that can be a final choice and end the whole scenario.
Right, yeah, that could be like kind of the quick way to, one that a lot of people haven't seen before, because obviously only 1.3% of players decided to let Clementine do it. So if it's that low, I can imagine that number would be much higher, because obviously if we're not going to do it, we can give Clem the opportunity, because it does pertain directly to Clem. I mean, this is what she's wanted since AJ has been separated from her, so it feels right to kind of give her the opportunity to do so. It's just like, yeah, we personally didn't come across the option to do that. I guess it was, yeah, one of those one or the other kind of things for us.
I think we did come up across that option to potentially let her decide, but we were
taking it differently with the refuse to kill him.
Yeah, my reaction on that was just, he wasn't in his right head. If he wasn't high,
yeah. I remember even Javi said that. It's like,
yeah,
come on, he's not thinking clearly. Like,
right. If he wasn't completely high off of his ass, then yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If he wants the assisted suicide and he's completely in his right mind, definitely consider that. Or even let Clem have the choice, fine. But
right.
Yeah, at this point where he's like completely losing his shit, like if you had a friend who's drunk and they're like, I want to die, you wouldn't just go, okay, man, you're out, boom,
yeah.
like, with no hesitation. That's I don't think that's gonna be how it plays out for many people.
Right,
so.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. No matter how much you plead with him, I mean, if he wakes up the next day and he still feels exactly the same way, then you can talk about that. But it doesn't make sense to, kill somebody that's high or drunk just because they mentioned it. No matter how badly you think they want it at that time.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I'm all for giving Clem revenge when it's a level playing field, but...
Right. Okay.
And maybe it would have just played out where if you let her decide, then it has to instantly go to one of the other options where it lets her do it and he dies the exact same as if Javi did it, or like he instantly goes into the mode where he like reneges his offer like he did with us, where he's like, okay, offer's off the table, I'm a little bit more sober now and I'm not interested. So something that simple.
Not interested.
Yeah. So, all right, what was the next one?
Wow. Did you tell Kate that you had feelings for her? 78%.
Like 90% yes.
Yeah, 78% of players told Kate you share her feelings.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and 22% of players rejected her.
I mean, it does make sense. The story seems to push them hard in that direction. Like, we just didn't want to go down that path, like we've already explained a few times. At the beginning, you don't have enough information. You don't even know if David is in the picture or not, so you don't want to do that and be a scumbag. And then later, we get the flashbacks. So if it was played in sequence, we could have... Now that you have all the information, okay, yeah, they're not a very happy couple, and especially after he's been gone missing for 4 years, then you could say, okay, at that point, it's fine for them to have a relationship. But, at the beginning, with none of that information available, it just seemed wrong.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, I agree.
And that's just our perspective, like if you guys are more open to like super okay with stepsister, sister-in-law, all of that sort of crazy relationship, then, that's
by all
that's
means,
you.
Go for it. I mean, 78% of people apparently thought it was, so hey, you guys go for that. But I'd like to know that David is far gone and the marriage is far gone, and that it actually is going to mean something if they get together, as opposed to, like, David just died a month ago and she can't wait and she wants to get with Javi kind of thing.
Right, or, like, we just didn't know that their relationship had been sort of on a dead level for years.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed like, from Kate's perspective, borderline abusive, from what she's alluding to. So I don't know how deep that actually went, or what the implications were that they were trying to get entirely, but that just seemed like, kind of got that vibe from her, that she just felt very off with him.
Right. And
So.
even he wanted to get out of the family.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
true.
why I felt the worst of all for freaking Mariana and Gabe.
I know.
Because neither parent wanted
Wants-
to be in
yeah.
the family and be their parent. So I just felt awful for those kids.
Yeah, true. It's like, neither parent wants to care for those kids. So it's like, it's like Javi is more of a parent to them than both David and Kate have ever been, it seems.
Yeah, it's a shame. I wonder what happened to the real mom, but she was probably... Well, I mean, given these kids' track record, the real mom probably she didn't actually die early. She divorced and ran away to Vegas and didn't want kids either.
Right, yeah, because
everyone in their life is like, oh, God.
Yeah, exactly. Kids, what the heck is this? Yeah, nobody wants that.
Have you smelled Gabe? I mean, damn, kid has no hygiene.
He is a teenager through and through. He is musky.
That kid is... It's like living in a dump with that guy. I mean, come on. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like realistically on a following playthrough, we could potentially go again and choose the relationship between them, because now knowing the full history of all the characters involved, it doesn't seem unreasonable.
Right.
But,
yeah, for sure. Now that you have
yeah.
actually perspective, it makes sense. But yeah, given the information that we were given in the beginning, definitely seemed a little scummy to go behind, like, potentially David's back, or disgrace whatever relationship Kate and David had, and Javi and David had. So.
Right. Yeah. So from our perspective, just you guys. I mean, just throwing it out there, that was our take on it. So if you guys can hate us if you fall in that 78%, that's fine. But yeah, I would be more along the lines of, like what Travis just said, honor the relationship if it in fact exists, until you know that it's beyond repair. That's where we were coming from.
Right. And I mean, I'm curious your guys' thoughts on it too. Like, what reasoning did you have? Like, if you played this and you chose the romantic path, I mean, obviously they were kind of leaning towards that, but what reasoning did you guys have for choosing it? Because I'm curious too, like from the other perspective, see where you guys are coming from with that.
Yeah, did you base it on the limited information at the beginning, or because that decision isn't made until Chapter 4, Episode 4 anyway, so maybe at that point everybody's thinking, oh, okay, now that we've seen the full picture, we can make them like have a relationship with no regrets, no looking back, and it's fine at this point no matter what. Maybe they did play it safer earlier on, and then they shifted at this point of no return where you're making the decision. So yeah, however you guys made the decision, I agree. Let us know, because it's very compelling. Yes.
Yeah. Let's see, what is the next one? Oh, next one. Who did you try to save at the execution?
Oh, that had to be one, yeah. So how many people tried to save Tripp?
For sure. 58.6% of players tried to save Ava, and 41.4% of players tried to save Tripp.
I wonder what happens if you let the time run out there.
I mean, yeah, I wonder on that front.
Because it's not one of those sections where it shows ... where silence is a legit option, but it does seem like that would be a legit option, like to actually not play Joan's game.
To just sit there and just not choose anyone. I mean, it's only the two, so I can't imagine there is another option that can be at hand there, but it's not like she's going to kill both of them.
No, she might. I was just thinking, if she's full on psycho, if you choose nothing, then she kills both.
Or she just like shoots David or something like that. Yeah.
No, David has to make it out of that scene.
That's true.
The final resolution with him has to happen in the final chapter.
I guess, yeah, because Gabe, Clem, and David, I guess, have to kind of move forward.
Yeah.
So
in the final yeah, the final thing between the love triangle with Javi and David and Kate has to be left for the final episode to play out there.
Yeah, true. Let's see.
So that's interesting. I'm surprised it actually wasn't heavier siding
On
with
Trip.
Ava.
Or heavier siding on Ava?
For Ava, yeah, because
Yeah,
Tripp
yeah.
was such a wishy-washy guy, and the last thing that he did was threaten Javi and kick his ass out.
Yeah, that was their last. Yeah, their last reaction or their last interaction was Trip really going hard against Javi there.
Yeah, Tripp
So,
seemed awesome in episode 1, but he just became so wishy-washy throughout. Like, he
Yeah.
was one of the least realistically written characters.
Yeah, true. Like I felt some weird kind of like attachment to him because he was like kind of one of the only ones left from the original group besides like our immediate, obviously. So I felt like some weird kind of loyalty there. But with Ava, I mean, speaking of loyalty, Ava's been loyal since the beginning, and also knowing that like she helped Clem like that far in the past and everything like that. It was just like, I think it's definitely like between the two of them would be Ava there. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's really interesting to say that, because I don't think they set it up so that Clem described all of those things about what happened in all of those flashbacks.
You just
So
think it's just like more of a memory and less of a story.
Yeah, I don't
That she
think
told.
that was all campfire tales of, oh, back in the day with Ava, this is how I... Because she was kind of just like, oh, I hung out, I was part of the New Frontier at one point. She didn't spell it all out. And if that was something that only Clem knew, then yeah, we could have picked Trip there probably. Because if we only knew Ava from Javi's perspective for like, you know, the few hours that he'd interacted with her, yeah, she was loyal, but...
I mean, I guess
we just don't know her well enough to know if she's still
if,
going to be
if she's
loyal
still
the whole
on our
time.
side and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I also, well, she did also help Javi with the guns, and, like causing the distraction to get all the weaponry and everything like that. So there was that, but to me, I thought it was like, I thought Clem was actually telling someone about like what was happening, because I think it was like either the first or second time that it did that like animation, that weird like black and white into Clem's mind, was when she was talking about what happened between AJ, her, and David, and she was telling that story to the group. So I guess I kind of assumed that, even though like since that happened when she was telling everybody about like what happened, then moving forward that same animation meant the same thing. But I guess it doesn't have to, because they're not reacting technically the same way as when everyone was taken aback, like, no, he had to have a reason for doing that, or that's pretty a-hole move to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that is pretty up in the air on that front.
Yeah, we could go back and watch it, but I from my perspective, I don't think those flashbacks were involving her explaining everything to Javi. I think those were just her internal memories, and if that's the case, then I don't think Javi would have picked Ava there. There's just not enough history.
Yeah, I mean, Trip definitely has more history with Javi there, and Trip and Javi have been through a lot for sure together. So I could see why you would argue for Trip there. But yeah, knowing as much as we know, like overall, I see why a lot of people went Ava for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last one actually. Did you shoot Joan or take Clint's deal? And 56.6% of players chose to shoot Joan.
Wow, pretty close on this one too. Good.
Yeah, and 43.4% of players accepted Clint's deal.
I wonder if Joan would have died there if you did shoot her, or if it's just like the attempt and then the crap hits the fan and everything gets to about the same point.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it is. It seems like no matter what you do, there's going to be some kind of gunfight that has to happen there.
Yeah, the walkers have to break in, and Kate has to bust in while everybody's fighting and being confused, and then the smoke's everywhere, and Kate has to crash. So those key points have to happen, but we don't know if Joan has to live through the end or not.
Right, right. Yeah, for sure. I hope we get another opportunity to take her out because she definitely needs it. But I guess
Yeah, and putting
that'll-
our eggs in the Clint basket backfired because he got taken out before he could kind of reunify Richmond.
Yeah, for sure. So right now it's not looking too good for Richmond because Joan is their leadership, and Joan is obviously psycho. David used to be their leadership. David is also incredibly aggressive and I would argue slightly psycho. So it seems like if somehow Richmond was put together again, Javi would have to take some kind of leadership role if you wanted any kind of like order.
Yeah, but I mean, the biggest problem their town has beyond leadership is that it's currently overrun with giant monsters that want to eat everybody.
Well, yeah,
So-
yeah. That's kind of once you can handle all the pest control and everything like that, then I guess the leadership is kind of last of your worries right now.
I'm not sure that they can handle the pest control. It's like throwing out all these smoke bomb things that don't affect walkers and do affect human visibility seems really stupid.
Yeah, that is true. It's well, yeah, I guess they threw the tear gas to try and control the small faction of Javi's crew, and then it backfires significantly when they become overrun by walkers. So it's really shoot your own leg or shoot yourself in the foot there. So that was on them, I guess. But I guess the walkers will be taking care of a lot of them for us. So at least there's that.
No. Well, I am excited to see how the final episode plays out. Hopefully it will be pretty cool.
Indeed, yeah,
Interesting.
I'm looking forward to it as well because there is a lot that has to happen, it seems, and the action has already started. So I'm very interested in seeing what the next episode has to offer.
Yeah, it's just going to be Gabe dies and Kate dies and Clem rides off into the sunset with Javi, and then, I don't know, then they have their romance. How old is Clem in this episode?
I don't know, but it seems like 13 or 14 or something like that.
Okay, never mind everything that I just said. That
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's true. Yeah, she just started her period, so.
Yeah, exactly. So
And then Javi, maybe he's also 13 or 14 because he couldn't even say the damn word period.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, I mean, he has to be. I mean, he was in like minor leagues or something like that. So he had to be at least a decent age. So I'd imagine by now he's like late 20s, elite at least.
Yeah, or maybe early 30s because
maybe
if he was in the minor leagues for X amount of time, and then he was dishonorably discharged for gambling or whatever you call it, and then 4 years have passed since then.
Right.
So,
yeah. Exactly. So a lot of time has passed. So it definitely seems like he's at least double Clem's age. So
Okay, yes. No wild and crazy romance for them then.
yeah, exactly. If Gabe and Clem want some kind of romance, if Clem can put up with it and Gabe can figure it out, then hey, by all means, go for it. But yeah.
That's if Gabe even survives the next episode because he's still in naive mode where he's getting a little reckless and Javi has to keep reining him in.
Yeah, that's true. He's definitely trying to follow in his dad's footsteps without any of the training that his dad has gone through. So, yeah, he's desperately trying to prove his worth and quote unquote be a man as much as he can be, but I don't think he really has any idea what that is right now.
Yeah, and it makes sense that David would want mad revenge after almost dying by like Joan's hands after trying to do nothing but protect these people for the last 4 years. So he would be pissed as all hell, but still, I mean, he's still in the bad dad category of like, you know, let's make your son be safe, not Gabe, watch my six, buddy. We're going in.
Exactly. It's not like this is it's not like he's gonna get injured and that's gonna be the worst of it. Like, no, he's gonna get shot in the head like quickly. People aren't gonna second guess it. So you have to like know what's best for your kid at that point and be like, no, he doesn't have any training. He can't help me the way that I need help right now. He's not like one of my platoon buddies here.
Yeah,
So,
get him out, get the whole family out, and come back for Joan.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. That was kind of my plan too. But hopefully we get that opportunity in the next one, the next episode.
Yes, we want Joan to pay for her misdeeds, and then we
Yes.
want to try to hopefully live.
Yeah,
So see what happens.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see what happens in the next episode. Oh, dang.
David, we could have seen that without standing.
Yeah, really.
Why the hell are you smiling?